me see. Okay, there you go. There you go. Yes, perfect. So before we start, I want to know if you remember what was the last thing the story that we read, okay? It was called Charlotte's Choice. Do you remember, Charlotte? That she has to choose. Itati, do you remember what she want to choose? What was the story about?
Um, the story are, ¿cómo digo? Era.
Was.
O trataba, was. The
Uh-huh.
story was a girl with her mother and her best friend. And they was trying.
They were trying.
Were trying a boyfriend.
To find a boyfriend. Yes, very good. Okay. So that's the story. It's like a program or some kind of like, yeah, it looks like a TV program or reality where the mom and the best friend pick a date for the person, and hopefully that person will find somebody that she likes. Okay. In this case, it was Charlotte, and she had two options. One that was picked by her mom, the other one was picked by her best friend. So today we're going to see how the story ends, okay? If she liked Alexander, and I don't remember the name of the other one, we're going to see it. So we're going to see how this story is finished. So welcome Lizzie, welcome Naomi, welcome Oscar,
Melanie.
Marcelo, Melanie, yeah, I know usuario de Zoom is Melanie. Okay, I'll change your name, Melanie. Let me change it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Melanie. So that's good right there. And yeah, I have Marcelo right now. So remember, we need cameras on so I can mark your assistance and participation. And that should be throughout the class. Okay, the first day I said that I was going to mark the attendance at the beginning and then check it again at the end. Okay, so it is important for you to have cameras on. So I will still be waiting for Lizzie, Melanie, Oscar, and Naomi to be ready with their cameras. Thank you, Naomi. So let's see. Let's let me just take quickly the attendance. No attendance, no camera, no attendance. Okay, that's like the only thing that I'm going to be very not serious. I am serious in general, but like enforcing the rule completely. Okay, that will be very, very mandatory. You cannot escape from this rule. Okay, so thank you. And then I have myself. So I'm still missing that yet. And there's one person that hasn't been. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, perfect. Okay. I'm missing Dariet and I'm missing one more person. Let me see who else is. And Eduardo. Okay. I'm missing Dariet and Eduardo. Let's see if they connect soon. Okay, so to warm up, we're going to warm up with some questions. So let's see. Basic questions. Now let's practice them one more time. Okay, so we're going to have a roulette. These are the questions. How old are you? Introduce yourself, like in the video. Many of you already put your video in Flipgrid. Describe your family. What's your phone number? Where do you live? Where are you from? What's your favorite number? Tell me your address. Describe a family member. What do you do? Okay, so let's open the roulette. And one question per person. Okay, so let's start. There's Dariek. Okay, let's wait for Dariek to get in. And then we start. Eduardo is coming a little bit late. Okay, hello, Daria, welcome. Remember your camera, please. So, let's start with Andrea. The first question is for you, Andrea. Let me spin the wheel. Okay, it's a question, where are you from? Give me city and country.
I am from Guayaquil, Ecuador.
From Guayaquil, Ecuador. Okay, very good. Let's continue with Betty. Okay, Betty, what do you do? What do you do is like profession, occupation. What do you do?
Yeah, I am a certificate coach.
Can you repeat?
I am a certificate coach.
A certificate coach? That's what you say?
Contador profesional.
Accountant, okay?
Perdón, no sabía cómo pronunciar.
The word accountant. Certified accountant. That would be. Okay? Okay, nice. Very good. And you work freelance or you work for a company?
Company.
For a company. Okay. Eliminate that. And Lizzie, be very Lizzie. This one is for you. Okay, Lizzie, describe a family member. Describe a family member.
My sister is Leia. My father is
Okay, just one person, Lizzie. One person. Just one person. For example, my sister is a lawyer. And tell me more about your sister. How old is she? What does she look like?
my sister.
Okay. Tell me about her. Okay, describe a little bit. Okay, let's Eduardo. Okay, are you still there, Lizzie? Oh, I think I lost Lizzie.
Sí, miss.
Yes. Okay, there you are. Okay, so tell me, Lizzie, tell me about your sister. What can you tell me about your sister?
My sister is Leia.
It's a lawyer.
Ajá.
Abogada? Yes, lawyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Sí.
What else? How old is she?
27 years old.
Okay. And she lives with you? She lives with you in your house?
Sí, yes.
Yes. Okay. So let's eliminate that one and let's continue with Itati. Itati, this one is for you. Okay, tell me your address. If you don't want to give your specific address, you can make up one. Okay, but tell me an address. You know what is address, Itati? Yeah?
Yeah, my address is Itati Alvarado 08 at
But that will be your email. That will be your email. Your address will be the address of the address of your house.
Dirección, no?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. But I don't know, say, por ejemplo, o sea, lo digo como manzana, tipo, manzana, le digo
Manzana
así.
will be like the block. block number this, and the house number that. Mhm.
Block T and solar.
The house,
The house 20.
20. Yeah, it's because we have this manzana
In
and villa.
Durán, Recreo.
Okay, very good. Done. So let's eliminate that one. And let's move to Naomi. Naomi, it's for you. Okay, Naomi, introduce yourself. Tell us about you.
Oh, okay. ¿Puedo decirles mi nombre? No, si está bien.
Yes, of course.
Okay. My name is Naomi Silva. I'm 21 years old. I studies in the university architecture. No sé cómo digo, foránea, o que no soy de aquí.
Okay, I'm a foreigner. I am a foreigner.
I am a foreigner. I live alone.
You live alone.
Alone.
Where are you from? You were born in which country?
I from Ecuador.
You're from Ecuador, but why you say you're a foreigner?
Es que es complicado, pero Saruma.
Okay, yeah, but you're not a foreigner, you're still from Ecuador. So you can say, I'm not from Guayaquil, I am from Saruma, but I live in Guayaquil, okay? For studies, I guess, right? To study?
¿Mande?
You came to Guayaquil to study?
Yes.
For your university. Okay, good now. That's I mean, you can say it's what you study, the pronunciation is architecture, not archie, but archi, okay? Architecture, that would be the correct pronunciation. Now, let's go with Oscar. Oscar, this one is for you. Okay, easy peasy, Oscar. How old are you?
I am 22 years old.
22 years old. Okay, let's eliminate that one. And it's Melanie's turn. Let's see, Melanie. Okay, Melanie, what's your phone number? You don't need to say the real one. Okay, if you want to change a number, that's okay. What's your phone number?
It is 09 or 0999874316.
Okay, very good. Let's eliminate that one. And let's go with Marcelo. Okay, Marcelo. Let's see what you got. Okay, Marcelo, where do you live?
I live in Milagro.
In Milagro?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So let's eliminate that one. And let's see, Daria. Okay, easy, Daria. What's your favorite number? Okay, remember the camera, Daria. What's your favorite number? Oops. I think we lost connection. Okay, so let's go with Eduardo, and when Daria comes, and I don't have Eduardo either now. What happened? Both of them lost connection. Let's see. Okay, there's Daria.
Hello.
Okay, Daria, what's your favorite number?
My favorite number is 9.
Number 9. Okay, And the last one was for Eduardo, describe your family. But I can see that Eduardo lost his connection. So maybe when he comes back, we can put that. Okay, describe your family. Now, let's continue. And as I was telling you at the beginning, today we're going to see what happened with Charlotte. Okay, what happened with Charlotte and her dates. But before that, I'm going just to quickly read again the story. This time I am going to read, and we are going to complete the sentences with the story so we can see our grammar of the day. Let's see the sentences first. Okay, pay attention to the sentences. These sentences are going to be in the story. Okay, she have a partner at the moment. She on a date with each man. Which one she prefer? What kind of man she like? I usually like men with beards. Okay, so let me quickly read the story and you're going to complete these sentences. Okay, pay attention. It says like this. Who knows you better, your mother or your best friend? In our weekly experiment, single people who are looking for a partner ask their mother and their best friend to help. This week's single person is Charlotte Ramirez, a 25-year-old web designer. Her father is Spanish and her mother is English. She lives in Brighton and she doesn't have a partner at the moment. Her mother, Alice, chooses a man she thinks is perfect for her daughter, and her best friend, Katie, chooses another. Then Charlotte goes on a date with each man. Which one does she prefer? I love going to the cinema, but I often feel like staying at home with a good book, says Charlotte. I'm quite friendly and sociable, and I get on well with most people. I think I have a good sense of humor. What kind of men do I like? Well, I like interesting men who can make me laugh. Physically, I prefer men with a really nice smile who are taller than me. And I don't usually like men with beards. I like men who are into literature and art and classical music. I'm not sure who's going to choose better for me. Both my mom and my best friend know me very well. Perhaps Katie could find me a guy who is physically more compatible, but my mother have known me for longer. Okay, so we remember the story that we saw last week. Now we're going to complete these sentences with the present simple. So let's see who's going to help me. Okay, don't fight. Just tell me the answer. Number one, she a partner at the moment. How can we complete that sentence? Okay, I just read it. Who can tell me? How can we complete this sentence? She have a partner at the moment. What do you think? Don't, almost, but since it is she, we're going to use doesn't, okay? She doesn't have a partner at the moment, okay? We use with she, doesn't. Now, she on a date with each man. What verb can we put here? What do you think? Somebody? What can we put here?
Isn't.
What verb? She isn't on a date? Are you sure? Okay, what is going to happen? She's going to go, okay? So she goes on a date with each man, okay? She's going to go on a date with each man. Now, which one she prefer? And here we're making a question. We're missing the auxiliary here. Who can tell me what would be the auxiliary? We saw that on the first class. How we can make a question? Question word, the subject, the auxiliary, or actually the question,
Does.
have the auxiliary for the
Does.
present? Does. Yes, very good.
Does.
Does she prefer? Okay, so which one does she prefer? Question number 4. What kind of man she like? What do we put here to complete the question? We already said it. Similar to the other question. So what do we put here? Let me see.
Do.
Do almost, but it's does because we're talking about she. Yeah. So what kind of man does she like? And the last one. I usually like men with beard. She like or she doesn't like men with beard? From the story. Who remembers? She like beards or she does not like beards? Yes, yes. Somebody remembers? Anybody?
Don't
Exactly.
usually.
I don't usually like men with beards. So you see, here we put doesn't, does, don't, goes. All these verbs, these are the auxiliaries, and these are verbs in simple present. Yeah? What do we use the simple present for? We use it to talk about statements, like things are true, facts, and also we use to talk about routines, for example. Yeah. So today we're going to talk about this simple present. Now, let me erase this. So, just to review, she doesn't have, she goes. Which one does she prefer? What kind does she like? And don't usually like. Okay, we can see here the auxiliary do or does. Okay, so let me explain now a little bit more about this present simple. So here I have, yeah, we have to remember that there is like one rule for the verb be. Put it here. The verb be follows one format, and other verbs, are going to follow another form. Okay? So let's start with the verb be. The verb be in affirmative will be I am, you are, he, she, it, is, we, and they are. Okay, that's the verb be, affirmative. If I want to make a negative sentence, I am not, you are not, or aren't, he is not, she is not, it is not, or we can also use isn't, the contraction. We are not, or they are not. Okay, aren't. If I want to make a question, I'm going to use the verb be first, then the subject, and then what I want to. Okay, am I, are you, is he, is she, is it, are we. Okay, if these are yes or no questions, I could say, who is that man? Okay, who is that man? Who is your girlfriend? Okay, I can also use W, but first the verb be, then the subject. Now, this is the verb be. So let me give you, you give me some examples, okay? Let's see. Andrea, tell me one sentence with the verb be affirmative. Okay, like I am this, he is that. One sentence, only one.
Oscar is my brother.
Could you repeat?
Oscar is my brother.
Okay, if Oscar is my brother. That's what you say? Is this Oscar or another Oscar? You're not brother and sister, right? Okay. Okay, so Oscar is my brother. Good. Now, I want a negative sentence. Marcelo, can you give me a negative sentence like I am not, or she is not, or they are not? A
O
negative.
sea, en negativo, pero lo que...
With the verb
la-
be. Mhm.
pero respecto a lo de Oscar, ¿no?
No. Any sentence. Any sentence. Mhm.
Allá, he is not at odontology.
He's not an odontologist, okay? He's not an odontologist. Okay, so negative. Now, who can make a question? Let me see. Naomi, can you make a question with the verb be? One question, like this.
Ah, hago una pregunta.
Yes, with the verb be.
Ah.
Here we have some examples. Mhm.
Ok, is she a doctor?
Is she a doctor? Yes, very good. So the verb be, we're going to use these rules, okay? For the verb be, we have this. That's the verb be. Now, what happened with all the other verbs in the world? Jump, sleep, play, talk, okay? What happened with these verbs? When we are using them in present, we are going to have a distinction, sorry, here in he, she, it. For example, in the example that you have right there, the verb is work. So affirmative, I work, you work, he, she, it works. Okay, so we are going to add an S or an ES. Okay, affirmative, works, works, works. If my verb is, I don't know, my verb is eat, I'm going to say eats. If my verb is punch, I would say punches. Okay. If my verb is dress, that can also be a verb, I would say dresses. Yeah. So for he, she, it, things change. For the other ones, in affirmative, nothing changed. Okay. I work, I play, I talk, you do, you eat, you drink. Yeah. But for he, she, it, we're going to add the S. Is that clear? Give me a thumbs up, a so-so. Okay, let me see you. Yes, no, clear. Okay, see? Affirmative. Now, what happens if I want to make a sentence negative? If I want to make a sentence negative, I'm going to use the auxiliary word do or the auxiliary do or does. Okay, for he, she, it. If I want to make a question, I'm sorry. If I want to make a negative, I'm going to use don't, or I'm going to use doesn't. In other words, this is my sentence. I play soccer every week. Okay, I play soccer every week. That's my sentence. Now, what is the verb in that sentence? Oscar, what's the verb in this sentence? I play soccer every week. What is the verb? Play.
Play.
Okay, I play. Now, if I want to make it in third person, I will say he plays soccer every week. Yeah, he plays. Let's put DS. Now, let me put this sentence. I'm going to put this one down here. Now, what happens if I want to make it negative? For example, in my case, I don't play soccer. I used to play when I was in school, but I don't play anymore. So I would say, I don't play soccer every week. Okay? I don't play soccer. So play, the negative will be don't play. And on the other case right here, when I say he plays, he doesn't play soccer every week. So if I want to make negative a sentence with other verbs that are not the verb be, I'm going to use my auxiliary don't or doesn't. Doesn't for he, she, it. Don't for I, we, you, and they. It is incorrect if I say like this. I not play soccer. That sentence is incorrect. Okay? Or I, because I have heard this, I play not soccer. That's incorrect. Okay? If I want to make a sentence negative, I'm going to use don't or doesn't. And the verb is not going to change. Okay? You see, I don't say here, I don't say I doesn't works. Okay? When you use the auxiliary, you're not going to change. Okay? I cannot say he doesn't plays. No. If I already have the doesn't, I'm not going to change play. Is that clear? Yes, no? Yes, yes? Okay, we're going to
Yes.
practice. Okay, we're going to practice in a minute. Thank you, Marcel. And for questions, same thing. I'm going to use do or does as an auxiliary, and the verb is not going to change. You see, does he work? We don't say does he works. Does he work? Does she work? Okay, we're not going to change here if we already have the auxiliary. Yeah, those are the rules. Now, let's practice a little bit with this. And like always, we're going to do some exercises in Moodle. First, remember that here we already complete does, doesn't, yeah? That are some of the things, but we're going to do some of the exercises in Moodle for this part. Which exercises? Okay, these ones, you're going to do them together with me. And after when we finish, you're going to work by yourself in the workbook. So if you have questions right now, let me know. So let's go to our course. Okay, let's remember, we go to course 3S. We're going to click on the choice. Wait, I have to open the exercise for you. Give me a second. Just 1 second. Sorry. Okay, so we're going to go Unit B, and let me open the grammar for you. You're going to see in Charlotte's choice. See what happens. Okay. Just give me a minute because my computer is is playing hard to manage with me. Okay, here we go. Here we go to Charlotte's choice. And at this moment, you're going to have the grammar open. Okay, we're going to work with these exercises. The first one is the one that we made together. And we're going to also do the other two. Okay, so we show that. And let me open everything that we're going to do today. Okay, just give me a second, please. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to open it before the session. Okay, here we go. Yeah. So what are we going to do? We're going to work here, unit 1B, and we're going to work together this time on the grammar. Okay, we're going to work on the grammar together. Then you're going to work by yourself. 1A is what we already did. Okay, completing with the different phrases from the story. You can do it later. But now let's work with this. Okay, we're going to complete the sentences and the questions with the present simple. So go there and we're going to do it together. Okay, just a second. Let me show. Okay, here we go. So we're going to complete the sentences with the present simple. You see here you have a question mark. That means that this is a question. Positive sentence, negative sentences, positive, negative, question, like that. Okay. So let's try. I will do the first one. That is the question. And then each one of you is going to answer one. Okay. So for example, this is a question. And I have Anna. And I have like music. What will be my auxiliary for the question? Do or does? What do you think? Andrea, if I have Anna, I will use do or I will use does. Okay, I saw you. Does, right? Yeah, I saw your voice. Well, your lips. So does. Then the subject, Anna. Then the verb, like. I put like or I put likes, Naomi. What do you think? I put like or I put likes?
Disculpe, me repite, se le entrecortó, no le entendí
Okay.
nada de la pregunta.
Okay, so I'm making a question. Does Anna, and then my verb is like. I'm going to put, does Anna like? Or I'm going to put, does Anna likes music? What do you think?
Like. Like, ¿era
Like,
likes?
right? Like.
Like.
No es.
Mm.
Why no es? Because I already put the auxiliary does. Okay, so in that case, I don't change the verb. So the question is, does Anna like music? And that's it. Now, affirmative sentence. Betty, let's try with Betty, the first one. Okay, affirmative sentence. It says, my sister have a lot of hobbies. Make that a
Quítala,
sentence.
¿puede volverme a repetir porque se entrecorta?
Really? You can hear me well?
Miss,
Mhm.
una pregunta. ¿Usted está señalando como que lo que está haciendo ahorita? Porque, no sé, a mí me sale como que está en otro lado, o sea, como que si no estuviera haciendo la actividad. No sé si los demás pueden ver lo mismo.
Let me see. Maybe I'm sharing
No.
the wrong screen. Yes. You're right. Okay, thank you. I'm sharing the wrong screen. So let me share. It's because I opened a pop-up window. Now you can see. Can you see now?
Sí, ahí ya se ve.
Okay, thank you. Tell me those things. Thanks, Melanie. Okay, Betty, you can hear me well now, or it's again cut? Can you hear me well?
Sí, le escucho ahora.
Okay, good. Now, here we have this sentence. You have to make an affirmative sentence, positive sentence. The words are my sister, and then the verb is have a lot of hobbies. Can you make the sentence? Put together the different parts.
Primero, tengo que ponerla como va,
Mhm.
me dice, ¿verdad?
Yeah, a sentence. Mhm. So we start with the subject. What is the subject?
My sister,
My sister. Okay, very good. Now, what is the verb?
my sister have, have,
Have.
have mismo.
No, but we have sister that is a she. We say she have or we say she has.
Perdón, es she has a lot of
Exactly.
hobbies.
So my sister has a lot of hobbies. Yeah? Is that clear? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Now, let's go with Lizzie. Lizzie, you have to make a negative sentence. Okay? A negative sentence. Number 3. The verb is I, and the rest of the sentence, get on very well with my parents. But you have to make it negative. How would you do these sentences? Let's start with the verb. Okay, what will be the verb? We have I and get on very well with my parents. But I want to make it negative. Okay?
I am not.
But the verb is not the verb be. The verb is the verb get. What will be the negative of get?
Don't get.
Don't get. Okay? So I don't get on very well with my parents. Okay? So when I have a verb that is not the verb be, and I want to make it negative, I'm going to use don't or doesn't. Okay? That's what we are learning today. So I don't get on very well with my parents. Okay? Good. Now, the next one, it's an affirmative sentence. So let me see. Melanie, can you help me with that affirmative sentence? We have my brother and we have a study at university.
Has.
Exactly, but tell me the sentence, the complete sentence.
My brother has studied at university.
Exactly. Okay, my brother has a study. No, has. The verb is a
Or
study.
had.
You don't need to put had because there's no had here. The verb is a study. If you put had, it's another verb tense that is called the present perfect. But we are working with simple present. The verb is a study. So we say, my brother study or my brother studies. What do you think? Study or
Studies.
exactly, because it's third
Studies.
person. My brother studies at
At
university.
university.
Mhm. We use the simple present to talk about facts. Okay. I live in Guayaquil. I am this years old. I study at this place. Yeah. Facts or routines. I play soccer every week. Yeah. That will be how we use it. Now, let's give a try with another negative sentence, and this time, Dariek. Can you help me, Dariek? The subject is my neighbors, and then we have any children, but we have to make this negative. How can you make a negative sentence there?
Hello, my neighbor don't have any
Exactly,
children.
very good. My neighbors don't have, okay? My neighbors is a they don't. Only with he, she, it, we use doesn't. My neighbors don't have. Okay, very good. Any children? Excellent. Now, let's try a question. Marcelo, try a question, Marcelo. Okay, the question word is when. Then we have the film starts. What do you think?
When, a ver. No.
Yes, first the question word, when.
What time does?
When, the question word is when. Does is
When.
okay. When does,
The film start?
excellent, very good, Marcel. When does the film start? Okay, if somebody has any question, something's not clear, please interrupt and let me know. Thank you, Marcel. Now, let's work with, let me see, Itati. This is a positive question, okay? A positive sentence, affirmative. The verb is he, the subject is he, the verb go, okay?
He goes out
Exactly.
twice a week.
He goes out twice a week. Very good. Okay, he goes out twice a week. Now let's try a negative. Oscar, let's do the negative. We, and then we have often talk about politics. Make that negative.
We don't
We don't often.
talk about politics.
Yes, very good. Okay, we don't often talk about politics. Yes, very good. Now, let me see who's missing. Naomi, let's make a question, Naomi. How often? And then we have you email your brother.
How often do you email your brother?
Yes, very good. How often, sorry, do you email your brother? Okay, and that will be your question. And finally, Andrea, this is negative.
I don't go on Facebook very often.
Exactly. I don't go on Facebook very often. Yeah. So if it's negative, don't or doesn't. If it is a question, I'm going to use do or don't. Do or does as an auxiliary. If it is affirmative with he, she, or it, I'm going to add an S or an ES to the verb. This works with the verbs that are not the verb be. Okay, this works with the verbs that are not the verb be. Yeah? Questions? No? Okay, let's do one more. Then look at the answers because you're going to put them in your platform. Okay, let me close this one. I'm going to share for a little while my whole screen so we can, then you're going to see you. Okay, let's go back here. Let's see the last exercise that we have for this part of grammar. Okay, from the simple present. Again, we're going to do it together. After that, you're going to work on the workbook exercises by yourself. Okay, so let's see this. In this case, we're going to write the words in the right order. Okay, so we're going to have a sentence, a group of words that are not in English. Let me share the correct screen. It's the second, and it's this one. Yeah. So here I have, again, sentences that I have to put in order. So, Betty, what will be the order of a normal sentence? What do we put first? In an affirmative first, what do we put? We put the subject, we put the verb. What do we put first in a sentence?
Ordena la primera oración.
No, in general. In any sentence, what do we put first? We put first the subject. ¿Qué ponemos primero? Like always, the subject, right? In a sentence.
Subject,
Then,
luego va el verbo.
Then the verb, and then the other
el-
thing.
Exacto.
Okay, so knowing that, let's do the first sentence. Okay, we have one sentence for each person. I will do the first one, and then you're going to do each one sentence. So I have always, before, go, before, bed, 11, 2. Okay, so what is my subject here? I. Then I will say always. Then I put my verb, go. Where do I go? To bed. At what time I go to bed? Before 11. Okay, I always go to bed before 11, but I have two befores, and I think this is a mistake. Okay, I always go to bed before 11. Now, number two, let's go in the opposite way. Daddy, number 2. Try to put those words in order.
Kate,
Kate, the subject first. Very good. Kate,
hardly,
hardly.
ever
Mhm,
sees her
yes,
family.
her family. Okay, these always, hardly ever, these are frequency words. They tell me how often. Okay, and you see that we put them after the subject. Okay, her family. Okay, so Kate hardly ever sees her family. We're talking about frequency. Now, number 3, Marcelo. Let's start with the subject.
We
Mhm.
never go shopping
Yes,
on Saturday.
on Saturdays. Yes, very good. Okay, we never go shopping on Saturdays. Again, always, hardly ever, never. We're talking about frequency. Okay, now the next one, Melanie.
Yes. em, ah, déjeme pensar ya. Ya
Yes,
le
of
digo. Ya.
course. First, identify the subject.
Mm, I go twice to the dentist.
In this
No,
case, I
no,
go
no.
to the dentist. Okay, I go to the dentist. How often?
Twice year ago.
You already used twice a year. Go, you already have here go. I go to the dentist twice a year.
A
Okay,
year.
in this case, we put it at the. I go to the dentist twice a year. Now, number 5, Oscar.
They have
Okay, put the frequency word before. They sometimes.
sometimes they
Mhm.
sometimes have the breakfast in the garden.
Yes, very good. They sometimes have breakfast in the garden. Okay. Now, number 6, Naomi.
We
Mhm,
we usually
mhm.
we usually listen to the radio in the morning.
To the radio in the morning.
Radio in the morning.
Yes. Okay, very good. We usually listen to the radio in the morning. Now, number 7, Itati. What do you think, Peter?
Alan
Mhm.
runs in the park every day. In the park every day.
In the park every day. Sometimes we say runs every day in the park or runs in the park every day. Let's see how the answer is. I will accept both. Both. Runs in the park every day. Now, number 8. Lizzie.
I drink
Mhm.
coffee after for never.
Okay, so I never first. I never
I never
drink coffee after
drink after
4.
4.
Okay, after 4. Now, Betty. Number 9.
John
John
does not
doesn't
go
go mhm,
mm, go the go
to
to the shopping
the
the
where?
the cinema often.
Cinema. Doesn't go to the cinema. And number 10, Andrea. What do you
I
think? Mhm.
visit my mom, my mom, once a month.
Once a month. Okay, very good. So remember, we have the subject, we have a frequency word. Sometimes that will be at the end, but for example, like this, on Saturdays, twice a year, in the morning, okay, every day. Okay, here we have once a month, doesn't go to the cinema often. It's because this one is 10. Okay, so there you go. We're going to check later if there's any mistakes. Okay, now let me close this one. We're going to go back to our presentation. I will give you, let me see. I will give you a few minutes to complete this in your platform, okay? Because we have done it together, complete it in your platform, but let's not take more than 7 minutes, okay, to do, well, let's take 10 minutes to do the 3 exercises in your platform. If you have any questions, let me know, but we have done it together. After a while, you're going to do it by yourself, okay, in the part of the workbook. Today, as I say, we are going to be working on the workbook independently, yeah? But first, let's do this part of graph, okay? The 3 exercises that we have already done. Is that clear? Because I see some faces that I'm not so sure if it's clear. Okay, Lizzie, you were going to say something?
No, es que sí entendí.
It's okay, okay. Betty, okay? Yes? Okay, so let's,
Em,
yes, ma'am.
es lo que dice 1A,
These
o sea,
two,
esos 3, literal, los 3.
yeah, grammar, okay? That is
Okay.
the same that we have done. Do it now, and then we're going to see what happened with Charlotte and her date, okay? That's what we're going to listen in a few moments. Take until 6:10. You should be finished with that.
I don't remember the history and the answer for the second sentence.
Can you repeat tell me which is the sentence? Mhm.
Second sentence in the activity number 1.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Tell
I
me the
don't,
sentence.
she on a date with each man.
She goes. She goes on a
She
date. Mhm. There we take that from the story. Okay, it's right here. Here we have- She goes on a date with each man. Mhm. That goes from the story.
Miss,
Ujú.
pero hay una que usted nos dijo que era das y me marcó mal en el cuestionario.
Okay, which one?
Es
Literal
porque
4.
en la oración
Check the
dice I like en vez de she like, que es como nosotros
Ah,
practicamos.
okay.
Como que la
Ah,
cambió.
but you have to read it. Come on. If it's I, I do.
Do.
Don't. Okay. So you have to read. Last time it mixed up the sentences and you put exactly. You have to read before you answer. Okay. Read. The answers could go in different order also. Yeah, they could appear in different orders. So you need to read and do it as we practice.
Las que puse con coma me salieron mal.
If you have pay attention to the apostrophe. If that's a mistake, remember that I always check again manually. Okay. So if your mistake is because of the apostrophe, I will correct. Yeah. So don't worry about that. But remember to use the correct one, not an accent. Okay. No tilde, apostrophe. Okay. Pay attention to that because then it will mark it wrong. But I will check. Okay. So don't worry.
And
Yes.
the activity number 2, the first, sorry, the answer is,
It's incorrect.
does Anna like music? But
Yes, Anna like music. Yes.
the makeup.
It marks it wrong. Okay, I'll check. And let me see yours. In the second
Uh,
exercise, right?
And
Very
the
good.
sentence, and
Sentence.
I don't put the letter N in the word when.
Okay, don't worry, Andrea. I really check each exercise. I'll check it manually. Every time we finish classes, I'll do that. So don't worry, okay? If there's a mistake in like one extra thing, a typing or the apostrophe, I'm going to check. If the mistake is that is incorrect, well, it stays incorrect. But if it's a spelling or like typing mistake, that I will check manually. Okay, time's up. Still working. Okay, let's take 2 more minutes so we can listen to the story of the date. Oh, there's still many people in the last exercise. Okay, I'll give you 4 more minutes. Okay, 4 minutes.
En el tercer ejercicio me marcaron mal como 4 y puse tal cual.
Okay, I'm
Eh,
going to check this. Okay, if it is correct, I'll mark it correct. Yeah,
Ajá,
so
que
this
era
is-
la que es de ordenar, estaba correctamente
okay, we'll
ordenado.
see. We'll see. I'm going to check. I'm going to check manually if there's something that is wrong. If it is wrong, it's wrong. But if it is correct, I'll check it. Okay. So don't worry about that. Just finish. Let's finish quickly. We have 2 minutes, 2 minutes and no more. Okay. So let's hurry up with that so we can complete what I have planned for today. Okay. The important thing, let's remember how to make this simple present for the verb be and the simple present for the other verbs. Okay, the use of the auxiliary. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes, and come back to the screen so you can see it. Oh,
Me la
it's
pon
coming back.
más, porfa.
Yes, Betty, tell me.
Un ratito más, porfa.
Okay, Betty, let's hurry up. Okay, hurry up. Let's finish your exercise. Okay, hello, Eduardo. What happened? Connection? Where's Eduardo? I bring him back. Oh, he is connected here. Okay, there you have. We are working on something, but I will tell you later so you can just continue later, okay? You can finish the exercises later. Right now, we are about to finish this part. 1 minute. We're working on grammar. Somebody sent me a picture. I don't know why. What do you need here? Lizzie, that's you? Your answers? Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Sí reviso mis.
I will check. I will check. Yeah.
Sí, le mandé por interno.
11, yes, I'm check. Okay, hardly ever seen. Maybe
Exactly.
when you punctuation, let's see. Okay, maybe it's just that you're missing the period. Let me check. I will check after class. Okay, after class, I'll check. Okay, time's up. Okay, time's up. I hope everybody's finished, or there are still people working. Okay, let me check on the last exercise to see. If you're finished, please put me a thumbs up to know that you are. Let me know if you're finished. I can see Tati finished, Lizzie. Okay, everybody's finished. So let's give 1 minute to Melanie, Betty, and Darío.
Miss,
Okay.
es que se me cerró cuando lo estaba haciendo y no puedo ver
Okay.
ni mi nota, nada. O sea, me sale como que haz el último intento, pero no me sale nada.
It is like open already, but let me see. If
Me dice
it's not,
continuar, pero me
continue.
sale
You have to-
error.
Okay, let me
No sé si se habrá guardado. Ahí ya me salió, ya me salió.
Okay.
Mi fue
One
muy
more.
poco tiempo.
Yeah, but we
Les
did
juro que estaba
it.
haciendo lo más rápido posible y no alcancé a terminar.
But we did it together. You know the answers.
Igual, Miss, igual, son oraciones largas.
Okay, I'll give you 3 more minutes. Go ahead.
Teacher,
more
es poco tiempo, pero en la plataforma porque se cierra.
Okay, got it. You have 5 minutes per exercise, right? Yeah. Well, that's
Y una
something that
consulta, la semana anterior que yo ingresé,
Mhm,
había trabajado en Moodle, pero volví a ingresar ayer para terminar la parte 1 que no había hecho y los
mhm,
ejercicios que hice en clase con usted no estaban realizados.
yeah. Okay.
No sé por qué.
I think there's one that I eliminate, Betty, because remember that I told you that if it was wrong, like really wrong, I will eliminate so you can do it again. Maybe that's one. Okay, maybe that's one. Okay, it was like
Gracias.
another chance. Okay, I cannot control the time on the platform because that's already set. Okay, so that's why we do it together so you can then do it direct. Now, let's listen to what happened with the dates. Okay, we're going to first listen to what happened with the date with Alexander. And then we're going to listen what happened with the date with Oliver. And we're just going to make some comments. Try to understand what happened. Ready? So Charlotte and Alexander. Let's see. The questions are, what did she think of him? Does she want to see him again? Okay, so let's listen. We're going to listen 2 times. Ready? 1, 2, and 3.
1.14. My first impression of Alexander was that he was much older than me. In fact, he was 32, but I thought he was older. But when we started talking, I really liked him. He was extrovert and funny, and he had a very good sense of humour. He works for a TV company, and he told me a lot of good stories about his work. He was also interested in the same things as me, art and music, and we talked a lot about that. Physically, he wasn't really my type. It's difficult to say why. He was tall and dark and quite good looking, and he had a nice smile, but there just wasn't any chemistry between us. I could imagine going to a concert or theatre with him, but as a friend. Sorry, Mum, but no.
Okay, so that's what happened with the date with Alexander. Let's listen one more time, and then you're going to tell me what does she think. Okay, so let's listen one more time. Let's repeat it.
1.14. My first impression of Alexander was that he was much older than me. In fact, he was 32, but I thought he was older. But when we started talking, I really liked him. He was extrovert and funny, and he had a very good sense of humour. He works for a TV company, and he told me a lot of good stories about his work. He was also interested in the same things as me, art and music, and we talked a lot about that. Physically, he wasn't really my type. It's difficult to say why. He was tall and dark and quite good looking, and he had a nice smile, but there just wasn't any chemistry between us. I could imagine going to a concert or theatre with him, but as a friend. Sorry, Mum, but no.
Okay, so Eduardo, what did you think of Alexander? What did she think of Alexander in general? Does she want to see him again? Does she like him as a boyfriend or no? What do you think?
No.
Okay. A little bit louder, Eduardo, because I cannot listen.
Yeah, I don't think so.
She's not going. What does she think about this man? What were some of the comments?
Well, she sees like a friend.
Like a friend, exactly. Okay. It was a nice person, but no chemistry. So she wants to keep him as a friend. This was the mom's choice, okay? The choice of her mother. Now, let's see, well, let's listen what happened with Oliver, the choice of her friend. Let's listen to what happened to Oliver.
1.15. When I first saw Oliver, I thought he looked warm and friendly and more attractive than Alexander. He was quite tall, with short blonde hair, and he had lovely blue eyes, a bit like the actor Jude Law. He was a bit shy and quiet at first, but when we started chatting, he relaxed, and we found we had a lot of things in common. We both liked books and the cinema. He was generous, too. He wanted to pay for everything. I really enjoyed the evening. When it was time to go, he asked for my phone number and said he wanted to meet again. We walked out of the restaurant and went to look for a taxi. And then something happened, and I knew that it was impossible for me to go out with him. He said, "At last," and took out a packet of cigarettes. That was it, I'm afraid. I could never have a boyfriend who was a smoker. I think perhaps for my next date, I'm going to choose the man myself. I don't think another person can really choose a partner for you.
Okay, let's listen again. Now this time is Oliver, and then you're going to tell me what happened with this date. Okay, just one more time.
1.15. When I first saw Oliver, I thought he looked warm and friendly and more attractive than Alexander. He was quite tall, with short blonde hair, and he had lovely blue eyes, a bit like the actor Jude Law. He was a bit shy and quiet at first, but when we started chatting, he relaxed, and we found we had a lot of things in common. We both like books and the cinema. He was generous too. He wanted to pay for everything. I really enjoyed the evening. When it was time to go, he asked for my phone number and said he wanted to meet again. We walked out of the restaurant and went to look for a taxi. And then something happened, and I knew that it was impossible for me to go out with him. He said, "At last," and took out a packet of cigarettes. That was it, I'm afraid. I could never have a boyfriend who was a smoker. I think perhaps for my next date, I'm going to choose the man myself. I don't think another person can really choose a partner for you.
Okay, so Marcelo, what happened with Oliver? What happened in this date? What did you understand? Tell me a little bit. Did she like him? Yes, no. What does she like? What do you think?
Marcelo dijo, ¿verdad?
Yes, Marcelo. Go ahead.
Sorry, teacher, no.
You didn't understand? Okay, okay. Somebody can help Marcelo? And tell me what happened with Oliver?
Eh,
Okay, somebody that wants to help? What happened with Oliver? She liked him, she didn't like him. Okay, Andrea, go ahead.
And of the audio, Oliver has a lot of cigarettes.
Mhm.
He said that
No way, right?
no way, and I agree with her.
I agree with her. Okay, you wouldn't like a boyfriend that smokes.
No.
No, not at all. Okay, so that's what happened. Oliver was all good until he took out the cigarette. Okay, and she said that she won't be able to be with somebody like that. Now, what does she decide at the end? What does she decide at the end? That she's going to choose by herself. Okay, that's what she said at the end. Okay, last thing here. Okay, last thing here. When we use the third person, he, she, it, with the verb, we are going to add in the verb the letter S or the letter ES. In pronunciation, there is like 3 ways to pronounce. The first one is the sound of the S, like this, like a snake. That's the first sound. The other one is the sound of the letter Z. So it will be like this. Okay, the difference is very, very small. Okay, very small difference. One is S and the other one is yeah, that's the difference. Now, when we have the ES, it's going to sound is. For example, relaxes, uses, pushes, yeah, dresses, yeah, so that will be the is. So we have an S sound, like snake, or like zebra, the Z sound, or we have is. That will be the pronunciation of these verbs in present in third person. So let's listen, and maybe if you can identify a little bit of the difference in this sound. Look at here, it says, the final S sound for S or Z is very small. It's very difficult to identify. But the ES is pronounced is. When do we put ES? We put ES when the verb ends in CH, C, G, SH, S, Z, C, and X. In the case of G, for example, I don't know, jog, it will be jogs. We don't put the ES. but the sound is that one, the is. Jog, jogs. Yeah, the sound is going to be like that. But CH, C, SH, S, Z, and X, we're going to add ES. We're not only going to add S to the verb. Yeah? Let's listen and see if you can identify the difference. The first one is quite difficult to identify because it's very small difference. But the last one, the is very noticeable. So let's just listen here. Okay, when it lets me, just a second. Okay, I have it. Oh my. Just give me a second. Okay, there we go.
1.16. Snake. S.
She likes cats.
He works with his parents. Zebra. Z.
He has brown eyes.
She wears jeans. Is.
She relaxes with boxes of chocolates.
He uses glasses to read.
Okay, now there with your microphone off, try to pronounce along with the audio. Okay, you read and try to pronounce along with the audio. So let's
1.16.
again. Okay,
Snake.
snake.
S.
She likes cats.
He works with his parents. Zebra. Z.
He has brown eyes.
She wears jeans. Is.
She relaxes with boxes of chocolates.
He uses glasses to read.
Okay, so this is the sound that we could find in verbs and also in nouns in plural. Okay, so she likes cats. He works with his parents. Yeah, that's the sound. And then in British English, this is a zebra. In American English, this is a zebra. Okay, there are two pronunciations. British, zebra. American, zebra. Yeah, so he has brown eyes. He wears jeans. Yeah, it's very slight, the difference. But here, he relaxes with boxes of chocolates. He uses glasses to read. It's different. Yeah, so questions about this pronunciation capsule. Yeah, this will be for verbs and nouns in plural. Okay, verbs in singular, nouns in plural, verbs for the third person. So have that in mind. Now, we are not going to do that now, but what are we going to do? And this will be for the rest of the session, because we're going to work independently in some exercises of vocabulary, of reading, of grammar, and pronunciation. Okay, now let me just review for a last time with you this. Okay, remember that we have the simple present for the verb be, it's like this, but for the other verbs, we're going to need the auxiliaries. Okay, do or does for questions, don't or doesn't for negative. Third person has DS. Okay, we have the pronunciation of the verbs in third person, and we are going to, this is what we're going to do. Okay, but before we work on the workbook for the rest of the time, and I'm going to show you each of the exercises and what you have to do. Okay, we're going to take the time to work on this. In the workbook, you will have 3 exercises of grammar, 3 exercises of vocabulary, 2 of pronunciation, 1 of reading, and 2 of listening. I'm going to explain all of them, but we are going to go. I explain grammar, you do grammar. I explain vocabulary, you do vocabulary, or, and this is your choice, you want me to explain everything first and then you work everything. What would you prefer? Work a skill by skill, or I explain everything and then you work, and if you have questions, you let me know. Quickly, nobody has any preference? Okay. No answers, no answers. Let me see your faces. I'm giving you the choice. Okay, so then I'm going to do what I've planned. I'm going to explain all the exercises. Then I'm going to stop sharing and you go to work in the workbook activities. Any questions, let me know. You can share your screen. I'm going to see it. I'm going to help you and you continue. Yeah? Is that clear or not? Yes, Betty.
Fuera mejor que nos explicara y nos mandara como homework.
I am not sending homework. We're going to do here. Okay, we're going to do it here. No homework because they told me no homework.
No sé si es que, o sea, le digo, no es una opción porque a veces parece que las personas somos más visuales y es que podemos en las clases ver videos o algo que nos indique, porque a veces, por ejemplo, estamos en la clase, me pasa a mí, no sé si es que a los demás, pero yo hay momentos que no le escucho nada porque se entrecorta todo. Entonces,
Ok, but let me know. Déjeme saber si se está cortando. A mí me parece que la conexión está ok, pero si en algún momento se le corta, déjeme saber. So I can repeat or I can speak slower if you're not getting well that connection. Okay, any question, let me know from the beginning. If you don't understand something, let me know. Right now, we're going to do it as a review, okay, because we finished already one and this is the second part. So I want to see if you can work what we worked last week and this week. Okay, so tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, Friday, we can continue with the next part. Okay, but I need to know that you're doing it okay. And if you have any questions, we can work together. That's why I want to do it while I'm here. Now, let me explain the first part. And if you have doubts, open your microphone and let me know. Okay, if you need me to explain again the grammar, explain again the vocabulary, just tell me. I have no problem explaining many times, okay? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of asking. So let's work on these exercises. And I will listen to your recommendation. Maybe I can bring you some videos first. I have a lot of videos actually. Okay, but sometimes it's a lot of material, so time is a little bit tight, okay? So let's try to work together. What will be the first exercise? We are going to make these sentences negative. So the first sentence, Eduardo. Eduardo, you were not here for the explanation, but let's give it a try. If I want to make this negative, you get up early. How can I make that sentence negative?
Sure. You don't get up early.
Exactly. So when we have a negative sentence in present, we are going to use the auxiliaries don't or doesn't. Yeah, that will be to make it negative. Okay, to make it negative. Now, in this other exercise, I have questions. To make questions, I'm going to use an auxiliary. What will be my helpers here? Do or does. Now, Betty, when do we use do? And when do we use does? How do I know?
Does va cuando están las terceras personas.
Exactly. So, yes. Okay, so we use does for he, she, and it. And we use do for I, you, we, and they. So that will be the grammar part that we have learned today, okay? If it is negative, these are my helpers. If it is a question, these are my helpers. I use doesn't for he, she, it. I use don't for I, we, you, and they. Is that clear for everybody? Yes? Okay, show me your head. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let me know because you're going to work independently. So, thank you. That's what I like. Okay, a thumbs up. So, this will be our first practice activity. And we have just one more here. Let me clear that. And we are going to continue. And this will be our last grammar thing. Here I have these words: share, have, doesn't like, leaves, doesn't come, get on, study, want, prefer, don't see, earns, and work. Now, do you know the meaning of these words? Who can tell me what is share? What is share? Tell me what is it? Share, share, share. For example, I share my money with, exactly, very good. Now, what about have? I have a bottle of pills. Okay, I have. Doesn't like, you know that. Lives. He lives in Guayaquil. Okay, that will be lives. Doesn't come. He doesn't come to my house on Fridays. Okay, come. Okay, come. Now, study, you are studying English. Okay, you study English twice a week. There we have study. Want. I want chocolate. Okay, I want chocolate right now. I always want chocolate. Somebody else is a chocolate fan. I always like chocolate. Now we have prefer. I prefer to go to the mall on the weekends and not to do exercise. Okay, prefer. What's your preference? Don't see. I don't see horror movies because I get scared. I don't see horror movies. Now, what is earns? Somebody knows this word? I give you a sentence. He earns $1,000 a month. What is earns?
Ganar.
Exactly, yes. Like the salary. Okay, the salary that you receive, you earn your money. And finally, works. Betty told us that she works as an accountant. Okay, she works in a company. That's work. So in this case, I'm going to pick these words and I'm going to put them in the correct place. Okay, that's the activity. Let's do those 3 activities and then we come back and we're going to do a little activity to review the vocabulary. Okay, so let's do these 3 activities in the workbook. Just
Miss,
now. Yes, Melanie.
eso hay que hacer ahorita.
Yeah, now you're going to work by yourself. Okay, I'm not sending you homework, but if you want, I can send you homework and continue because I have the other part of the class. But let's do that now because I want to know if this part is clear. Okay, only the grammar part, and we can continue. Okay, if you want to do it as homework. Okay, I don't want to send homework. Actually, I think we can't send homework. Okay, but let's do only these 3 activities. Do them now. When you're finished, I'm going to check and we are going to do some other activity. Okay, work with these 3 and let me be sure that you're clear with this. Okay, that is in the workbook. Charlotte's Choice workbook. Okay, work on that one and we're going to do another activity together in a minute.
Miss, disculpe, es que estoy perdida. No
Yes,
sé
madam.
dónde está eso
In
que
the
como que
workbook.
proyectó.
Workbook. Workbook. In the part of the workbook, you have a little box. Let me show you. Okay. You have a little box that says Charlotte's Choice, but it's the workbook part. And then you have the grammar. We're only going
Enséñame, por fin.
here, right here. Okay.
Ahora déjame ver.
Charlotte's Choice workbook. It's on another box. Let me show you. Going back. I'm sorry. If I go back to the course, the thing is that you see it differently. Let me change to student view. Just a second. I don't know why I cannot change. Give me
Sir,
a- Yes? Question?
in the negative form,
Mhm.
in the simple, if the verb is have or has, for example, the sentence is, he doesn't has a beard or he doesn't have a beard.
It doesn't have, because if you use the auxiliary, the verb does not change. Remember that I said, I put does, doesn't write, but not writes. When you already use the auxiliary, you don't change the verb. Right here, Melanie, here. Can you see it? Right here.
Sí.
Okay, you click there, and we're only going to do grammar. Okay, only this first part, yeah, to make sure that you are clear with it. Then we're going to do another activity, because maybe just working could be, like Betty said, we can do it as homework, but I have to ask that because they told me that there's no homework. But I want to ask that so we can do other activities right here. Okay. Work on that one and then we check it. Okay, some of you have used the accent instead of the apostrophe. Okay, that's why you got like the 0, but don't worry, I will correct it. Okay, manually, just in case, because I see I saw some scared faces, but I see why. Okay, remember to use the apostrophe. If you use the accent, the tilde, it won't work. Okay, so don't forget to use apostrophe. But don't worry, I'll fix it. Okay, how you doing? Any questions?
Disculpe,
Yes.
si es que no pude hacerlo hace un ratito, ¿puedo hacerlo ahorita? Es porque estoy intentando entrar desde la computadora porque no me sale lo que me
Okay.
mostró.
If you could not do it,
O sea, no sé si igual como que el tiempo
you
empieza
could
a
do it.
contarse desde que yo
Yes,
empiece.
yes. So you can do it later. Okay. Just do, maybe you have chance for one more activity. Just do one, and the other ones you do them later. Okay. Oscar, pay attention to the do and does. Okay, remember that do is for he, I, we, you, and they. But when you have you use do. When you have he, she, it, you use does. Okay, it's like mix. You have to pay attention to that. Okay. If you have doubts, let me know. And I can help you before you submit your exercise.
Teacher, es hasta la 1C,
Yes.
¿verdad?
Yes, only those three. Only those three, and we're going to do a different activity. Still have people trying to work. Tati, Andrea, Eduardo, finish, right? Okay, go. Everybody's on the last exercise, I think. Okay, let's finish that and we're going to do some speaking activity. So let's finish that one and come back to Zoom. Melanie, how you doing? You were able to do at least one exercise?
Sí, ahorita estoy haciendo el primero, ya estoy terminando.
Okay, let's do number 1 and we stop there, okay? Because we're almost finished. So we're going to do another activity. Just do number 1 now, Melanie. Okay, when you finish number 1, I think we could start our other activity, okay? Marcelo, how you doing? Okay. Okay, let me finish. Marcelo's finish. Tati, Andrea, Eduardo finish. Okay, so let's wait for Oscar, Naomi, Dariek, and Lizzie. Okay. I'll give you, well, I think the exercise gives you only like 5 minutes. Okay, so let me show you. I'll give you 2 minutes that I think you should be finished. And what are we going to do? We are going to apply this, okay? Apply this in our speaking. So one of the uses of this is to talk about my routine. What do I do regularly, every day, often, once a week? Okay, what do I do in my routine? So we are going to speak about our routine. Let me give you an example and let me share my screen. But first, let's see, we see Dariek, who else was still? Naomi and Oscar. Tell me when you're ready, okay, so we can start this activity. Let me share the screen again. And this is what we're going to do, okay? I have my routine, what I do in the morning, what I do in the evening, in the afternoon, in the evening and what I do at night. Okay, I'm going to talk about my routine. Let me give you an example. In the morning, I wake up at 6 a.m. and get my kids ready for school. In the afternoon, I work as an assistant in a tourist company and I prepare lunch. In the evening, I give classes and watch some TV. And at night, I read a book and go to sleep. Okay? These are the things that I do in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, and at night. I can also say in the morning, I don't have breakfast early because I don't like it, or I don't like to do exercise in the afternoon. Yeah, so you can tell me what you do or what you don't do in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night. Okay, so tell me about your routine. What's your daily routine? What do you usually do? Yeah, is that clear? Some activities. Okay, what do you usually do? Itati says yes. So since you're finished, Itati, and you say yes is clear, give the example. Okay, tell me about your routine.
In the morning, I have no my breakfast,
I have breakfast.
and I have to go.
I go.
I go to the university. In the afternoon, I regreso, ¿cómo digo regreso?
I come back.
Voy a mi casa. I come back to my home.
I come back home.
And I sleep I sleep in the evening. I take a shower. I cena. I
have
my
dinner.
dinner. I have dinner. Yes. I have dinner. In the night,
At night.
At the night, I read a lot of sleep.
Okay, okay, very good. Excellent. Yeah, so that's it. That is routine. She eats her dinner and then she reads. No, she reads. I don't remember what you say. You read something? You said something about reading, right? And she reads something. Yeah. Now, Andrea, tell me about your routine.
In the morning, I wake up, depend of the day, 6 a.m. or 5 or 4 a.m. And after I go to the university, and I take classes.
I take classes.
All the morning. After I house and I eat the lunch, the breakfast. After in the afternoon, I practice exercise.
I do exercise.
I make my homeworks or study. And in the night and the evening, I eat my dinner and I prepare the breakfast for the next day.
Okay.
And I go to sleep at 11 a.m.
At 11 p.m. Okay, very good. So we can say that Andrea prepares her breakfast for the next day at night. Okay, she prepares. Now, Eduardo, tell me your routine.
Excuse me?
Tell me your routine. What do you do in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night? What's your daily routine?
My children. Well, in the morning I get up and go to the university. Isn't it? But afternoon I have a lunch. Evening I come back my house. At night I sleep.
Okay, okay, so he goes to the university in the morning. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. Okay, now let's continue with, let's see, Marcelo. Marcelo, what's your routine? Tell me about your routine.
In the morning, breakfast.
I have breakfast. Yeah, I have
Have
breakfast.
breakfast. University.
Mhm.
In the afternoon, lunch.
Don't forget the
classes.
verb, Marcelo. Don't forget the verb. In the afternoon, I have lunch and I go to
Yeah.
classes. Okay, don't forget the verb. What else?
Yeah. Evening. Uh, I go to the gym. And the night to sleep.
Okay, at night I sleep. Okay, I sleep. So we can say that Marcelo in the evening he goes to the gym. Now, Betty, what's your routine?
In the
¿Cómo?
morning, I go to the gym. In the afternoon, I like drink coffee and read a book. At night, I return house and want a rest.
Okay, could you repeat that one? At night you return to your house. Okay, so
Sí.
I return to my house and
wants to rest porque a veces llego muy cansada.
okay, so I take a nap. You can say you sleep. I take a nap. And at night,
Tipo 8.
like 8, you go to sleep. Oh, that's it. That's early. So nice. I sleep very late, like at 12 p.m. Okay, good. Very good. Good. Yeah. So I eat, I have, I go. Okay, let's remember to include that. Now, let's go with Naomi. Naomi, tell me your routine.
In the morning, I do my breakfast and
I have
I'm
breakfast. I have
uh,
breakfast. Mhm.
and I'm getting ready to go to university.
Okay, I get ready.
Get ready in university. In the afternoon, do my lunch and do exercise or yoga and evening and do my dinner and do exercise. I mean, and sleep or watch TV.
Okay, good. Now, remember that when we say have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner. Okay, we use have. We don't do. You can prepare. Yes, you can say I prepare and then I eat it, right? But you can say I have. I have lunch, I have breakfast, I have dinner. Remember, we say in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. But when it comes to the night, we're going to say at night. Okay, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, at night. Okay, that will be the correct way to say. Now let's listen to Oscar. Oscar, tell me about your routine.
In the morning, I get up and have breakfast and go to the hospital. In the afternoon, I return to my house and have lunch. And the night, I have dinner and go play soccer.
That will be in the evening. And at night?
Sí, and at night, I go to walk my dog and sleep.
Okay, very good, Oscar. Now, let's go with Melanie. What's your routine, Melanie?
Honestly, I don't have like a routine because when you have a business, como que
Like the
everything is
usual.
unexpected
Yes,
and you
yes.
have to organize.
Get organized.
Organize.
Okay, tell me in
Yes.
general, like in general, what do you do in the mornings, in the afternoon?
I can say you what I made today.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. I wake up, I get ready for the university, then I go to classes, and then I went to
It's a routine, so let's speak in present. I go to
no, I go to ay, no me olvidé cómo se dice almuerzo.
I have
I go
lunch.
to eat with
I have
my
lunch.
I go to the lunch with my dad, and then I come to my home, and I decorate cakes and I send it. In this moment, I am decorating more cakes and listening to classes.
Okay, good.
And
good.
I have to finish the rest of the night, and I take a shower and sleep.
Okay, well, it's good that the business is doing good. Okay, it's going good. Yeah, it's flourishing. So
Sí,
let's go with,
descansado.
yeah, I imagine. Let's go with Dariet. Dariet, your routine, and then Lizzie, and that will be it. Go ahead, Dariet.
My routine in the morning is get up at 7 o'clock. Then I take a shower and get dressed, have breakfast and brush my teeth. In the afternoon is return to home and have lunch. And the evening, do go my homework and see what activities my university. At night, I watch series or play soccer.
Okay, very good. And let's finish with Lizzie. Lizzie, tell me your routine.
My routine in the morning, I hit class. In the afternoon, I study and go out with my friends. At evening, having a snack, and night resting in my apartment.
Okay. At what time you go to sleep? Usually?
Yes.
At what time? At what time you 10? Okay.
10 off.
Okay, very good. So When we talk about the things that we do every day, every week, we're talking about routine, we are going to use our verbs in present, okay? We're going to talk about the different routines and the different facts. Let's see. We have 8 minutes, and this will be, let's see, enough. Now, let's do this tomorrow, okay? We're going to do a little competition. We're going to do it tomorrow. But I just wanted to show you. I'm going to ask if we can send homework so we can do more activities at home and more activities here in class, like more dynamic here in class. But I'm going to ask about that. So the workbook is completely open, so you can practice a little bit about the descriptions, okay? Describing people. Remember, we saw tall, short, medium height, the hair color, the color of the eyes, different ways in which we can describe people. And we have a small reading and some listening exercises, okay? So you can go ahead and do it like Betty suggested, maybe better do them at home so you can practice. But also remember that we have Alticia. Let me go back here. And in Alticia, I saw many people that have already started working. This will be a suggestion, okay? Suggestion of how can you advance in the platform so you can complete all your activities by this date. December 22, you complete your activities if you follow like this pace, okay? That would be a suggestion. You can do it in the order that you want. You can do it as fast as you want. But if you want to go little by little, this will be an option, okay? A plan that you can follow to work with your platform. Do you have any questions about this platform? Especially people that have for the first time use it. Any questions on how to use it? No? Okay, let me know, please. Okay. So it's there. It's for you. Yes, Andrea.
The Alticia, no? We need to select an option like a level.
It is open in level, I think, A21, if I'm not mistaken. That's the level that it should appear. And these are the topics. You're going to see these 14 topics right there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you see them? Yes? Okay. I have some people that have already started working. Congratulations. Other people that haven't done anything yet, my suggestion is that you start, okay? So it doesn't accumulate. Go little by little and start. So that's the first thing that I want to do before we finish. And the other is that I have ready the Flipgrid here. Thank you, because many people, you already have all these answers right there, okay? I'm going to be listening to your videos. If you haven't put your video yet, put your video, and you can comment on the videos of your other classmates. So the suggestion is that you can watch also the videos of your classmates and give them a comment, put a like, okay? This is like a social network. So you can watch the videos of your classmates and leave some comments if you want. Okay, I'm going to be watching one by one and give you some comments maybe right now.
Miss,
Yes.
Miss, tal vez podría mandarme el link de esta de aquí, porque la vez pasada se me cerró y no he podido ingresar para subirme video.
Okay, let me get to the home page and let me see. Here's the link. Okay. Let me put the link here. So I will put it right. I'm sorry, I copied that code. Give me the link. The link. Okay, there's the link. With that link, you can get in and put your video. Don't forget to do it. And also take the time to watch the other people. On Friday, we're going to be doing our first group work. Okay, so be ready also to work a little bit in groups. Any questions? Any questions? No? Yes? Okay, tell me something. Question, Marcelo?
No questions.
No questions. Okay, thank you. But thank you for answering. That's good. Okay, so let's see each other on Friday. If you have any questions, let me know. Revise your exercises, work on Moodle, work on Alticia, because on Friday we're going to see something new. Okay, we're not going to review again, but we're going to see something new on Friday. So have an excellent night and see you the day after tomorrow. Okay, see you on Friday and have a great day. Okay, bye-bye. Go rest. See you. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Miss,
Yes. Come on,
una
listen.
pregunta. De lo que yo le mandé por interno,
I'm going to check. Let me finish. I close the session and I start checking if something needs to be correct. Yeah, I'll check. Don't worry. Never worry on the exercises if you think that is correct and it marks wrong. I'm going to check. Okay, if it is correct, I'll mark it correct. Yeah, I have done that before.
okay.
Any other question?
Miss, yo